Hey guys, it's Phil Morrison. I help naturally quiet people who have social anxiety to build confidence connecting with people, create a positive lifestyle, and develop their natural talents so they learn how to thrive in life. So, how to take the sting out of fears. You know those fears which can make you paralyzed? The fears which make you paranoid and trigger panic? For example, what if I get made redundant from my current job? What if I go broke in my business? What if my health plummets? It's often a what if. What if my girlfriend breaks up with me and I'm single alone? I'm single for the rest of my life and die alone. What if I'm just not enough to make friends, meet somebody, succeed in my life? What if I'm just not capable? So we all have these deeper fears, which are more scary than surface level fears. How do you take that sting out of the fear and reduce the impact that it has over you? The key is not to hide the fear. You can overcome a fear if you're keeping that fear trapped inside your body. Fear wants to control you, and it's a little bit like there's a puppet master who's behind you. The puppet master's fear, and there's all these strings attached to you, and these are your different fears. And the puppet master, the role of the puppet master fear is to keep you safe. That's why fear's there. And it tugs on the strings to achieve this. For example, it might create a story that is dangerous outside. And if you're thinking of going out, fear might come in and say, don't go out. It's dangerous out there. Have you seen the news? Have you seen the crazy things that are going on in the world? Don't risk it. Just stay inside where it's comfortable and where you're safe. It might say, you're going to go broke. You're going to go broke. Panic, panic, panic. Find something different right now or else. So fear keeps you safe and it wants you to avoid bigger fears. And the way that it controls you often isn't very nice. Threats, ultimatums, you must do this thing or else this will happen. You have to do this now. There's a pressure there. And if you're unsure if your mental dialogue is you or the voice of fear, notice the language of this dialogue and ask yourself the question, would you say the same thing to a friend who you're coaching and trying to help out? Would you say to a friend, stay in the house, don't go out, it's dangerous, you mustn't go out or else? Would you say that to a friend? If the answer is no, don't allow yourself to entertain your own voice of fear, because it's not fair on you. Fear doesn't give a crap about your mental health, your well-being, or your goals. It only cares about survival. And it's part of our programming. So the first step to overcoming fears is to not be afraid to feel the fears and to not be afraid to express those fears. In other words, to not keep the fear trapped in your system. Fear wants to secretly control you. So when you start talking about your fears and the stories that your mind is creating to other people, and you have them genuinely listen, suddenly fear is losing its control over you and you're winning the battle. So in a one-to-one coaching session, when a client is calling out their fears, talking about what's scaring them, what's holding them back from living their dreams and being their best selves, they talk about the narrative, the story that fear is creating. Often it's lies as well. And I challenge the narrative. And fear doesn't like that, because now it can't secretly control that person and its power is reduced. So basically, not hiding your fears, letting other people see them, and even talking about your fears with somebody else that is going to listen and be supportive. This takes the sting out of your fears. They're less overwhelming. They take over your life to a smaller degree. Imagine that fear was a nettle sting. So nettles everywhere, your body's stinging in pain. Vocalizing that fear, having other people see it, this is a dot leaf. You feel calmer and more relaxed afterwards. It takes that sting out. Other things you can do. You can name the voice of fear. When your demon's piping up, name it. Okay, Victor's here again. And Victor is spinning some stories. So it is part of your programming. So it's part of you, but it's not you. If you're hearing me right. It's not the core of who you are. It's not your consciousness, your personality. It's a fear voice. It comes from authority figures in your childhood. So it isn't you, but it just feels like you and it masks as you. So it's part of your programming, but it's not the core of you. So name it and learn to not engage it. It's super tempting to engage it and start dialogue, but it's much better, especially if you're feeling overwhelmed by that fear, to not engage that dialogue, to practice ignoring it. In the same way that if you had something important to do, maybe you have a job interview to go to, and you're walking there, and someone stops you for a conversation. You don't have time or the mental power to stay in that conversation. So you would have to say, yeah, I'm sorry, mate, but I have a job interview, so in a bit of a rush, we'll catch up later. And you would go away and do the interview. You can come away from the mental conversation with fear in the exact same way. Sorry, Victor, don't have time to chat right now. I'm making a video. And then you switch off from the voice, no matter how tempting it is to engage it, no matter how loud the voice gets. Don't get sucked in by it. So this really helps. So calling the voice out, naming the voice, and not identifying with it really, really helps. And something that I often do in my one-to-one coaching sessions with clients. So I encourage them to talk about something that they're afraid of. something that's affecting them right now in this moment. Get the fear out, have somebody else hear it. I challenge the story, make them feel better, and then completely switch conversation topic, dead in its tracks. Now let's talk about what's going well in your life and focus on that. And even though people don't like this in the moment, they want to keep indulging the voice of fear. It's really beneficial to talk about it a bit, but not too much, and then completely switch to a different conversation topic. So I'm training them to switch off from the voice of fear. And what's happening in this process is you're being put in the driver's seat of your life, not the voice of fear. The puppet master with the strings is becoming weaker, you're becoming stronger, and even if it tugs the strings, you're barely noticing, it's not affecting you that much. And when you change your relationship with the voice of fear, you see it for what it really is, part of your programming trying to keep you safe, but nothing more than that. So you appreciate it's trying to keep you safe, but you don't need to engage it. You can live life your way, following your path, your ideas. You're in a position where the voice of fear is not sabotaging you anymore. It wants to sabotage you to keep you safe. Unfamiliar territory, this is seen as a threat because it's unfamiliar. So me stepping into the business world was unfamiliar territory. So my voice of fear kicked in, but I carried on doing what I wanted to do, not listening to it. And over time, it's got quieter and I've got stronger. So I would say that taking the sting out of it, 2 great practical steps to do this. Find someone that you can talk about your fears with. Practice naming the voice and recognizing it, but not engaging it when it's piping up. And if you don't have someone to talk to about your fears, or you want to receive private one-to-one coaching, you're very welcome to drop me an email. I have a bunch of different coaching packages which are working well for my clients. And I always offer the first session free of charge, so you can try my coaching before deciding if you want to subscribe to a coaching package. Also email me if you want to check out one of my live events in Birmingham. I've done 36 live events to help people overcome their social fears, other fears as well, feel more confident, being themselves, connecting with people, all these good things. If you're new to my channel, you enjoyed my video, feel free to like and subscribe. I do live streams on a regular basis. You're very welcome to jump in, join a live stream, ask me questions, interact with me. It's much better to interact than passively consume content. That's enough of me waffling on. Hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day.